Hello, Cowboy Gamer here, and today I'm going to share with you guys some of my thoughts on Nintendo's new 3DS and their first cross-buy game, Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. First off, to many of you that may not know, if you follow Nintendo, this is probably common sense for you by now, but Nintendo is a very turtle-like company. They love the idea of slow and steady wins the race. That's not to say that along technology lines for them, they really believe in this leapfrog idea that they've come up with, jumping over what they think is going to be the next thing to the thing after that, and that is what they get into. But with regards to their business practices and their games, they really just let the market play out. They don't go into fads. They try to stay away from things like that to really just make sure they don't make a really big blunder. Because if they keep the slow and steady model, that's what's going to make them money in the long run. Their new 3DS is looking to be a pretty good system. There are problems with not including a charger, a bunch of other things, but as a portable handheld system, it's starting to look pretty good. One of the reasons I say this for Nintendo's future is if you look at them side by side, the new Nintendo 3DS looks a lot like the gamepad for Wii U. It now has all the same buttons, and this is going to be good for Nintendo's future because if they're going to program games that will be on both consoles or both systems, it will be easier to program since they have the same number of buttons. It will also be easier so that when they do this, gamers won't have to change their button scheme because, oh, we have an old 3DS and we don't have as many buttons. Now, they aren't going to be phasing out the old 3DS, so they will still have to look into things like this, but it will make it easier for Nintendo in the future. And I've been saying this since Nintendo first released their announcement on the new 3DS way back in August. My wife can attest to that, but this is the future that Nintendo is going to go down. And people have said cross-buy, it should have been out a long time ago. It will slowly come out over the future of this year and next year, and this is just one step Nintendo is taking. Now, with their first cross-buy game, Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars, it's not a major title. It's not the Smash Brothers IP. It's not the Mario Maker that we've all been hearing about. But it's big enough, and it's got the big name of Mario and Donkey Kong that Nintendo is going to use it as a test for the future of Mario Maker, with probably similar, like, create your own levels and how you're able to post them either to Miiverse or another Nintendo idea, how they will rank games, a lot of stuff like that. Mario Tipping Stars has that tip system. You will complete a level, you'll get stars, and you are able to pass these along to other people. So Nintendo is definitely going to probably rank the games by how many stars people are tipping to the person, and Nintendo's always big about the stars or the gems, 3 stars, 3 gems per level, or just stars in general. So I'm sure that you're probably going to see something with Mario Maker to the term of Mario Maker Tipping Stars, where there are stars you will get for completing each level, and you can use those to rank and decide what levels that you like that people create. Nintendo really likes to test their infrastructure for their network. As you saw with Kirby's Triple Deluxe was a test for Smash Brothers on the 3DS. It made sure that the Wi-Fi could handle this across many different consoles and across wide ranges so that gamers had a good experience. And that is just something Nintendo does. They put little bits of games they're working on into games that aren't as big, but that will give them at least a testing ground. If Kirby's Triple Deluxe, the Smash Brother portion of it, would have had problems, Nintendo could have used that knowledge and fixed the problems for future. And I'm not saying there might have been small ones, but they used that as a guide. Cross-buy, yes, this is the first step. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is the first step. It comes out in March, and if there are ways that people can talk to gamers that do podcasts, reviews, whatever, Nintendo does look at all this stuff, and they need to see forum discussions on this game, on how people think about how Nintendo does level editing and how you rank levels, all of that. I know Mario vs. Donkey Kong, it's just like a lot of the other ones in the IP. It's not super major, but people need to take a look at this, because based on how gamers review this game, how much this is downloaded and looked at, played, that is what's going to create the future that Nintendo has for the rest of the year. If this doesn't work out, in Nintendo's opinion, this is the start of cross-buy, and if gamers want this to continue, they've got to support Nintendo on this front. But if you guys like any of this, I am a new channel starting off. I know it's a little rough. I don't have the money to do anything really fancy like some channels, but if you like it, subscribe or like my videos. I am trying to think of some good subscriber goals that I will have in the future. So do your part, and I will try to do my best to come up with something great for you guys in the future.